All right, so we've talked about circles, ellipses, and hyperbolas. And there's one more type of curve in the set of conic sections, and that would be parabolas. Say it's parabolas for last. You're actually pretty familiar with parabolas, but perhaps not in the way that we're going to describe them today, because today we're going to be talking about the geometric definition of a parabola, which involves what's called a focus and a directrix. So I'm going to draw some pictures first to get the idea across. A focus is a point, right? An ellipse has two foci, and so does a hyperbola, two foci. A parabola only has one focus. So I have one focus. A directrix is a line. So instead of a second focus, we have a line, and the line can't go through this focus, but it can be anywhere else. So I'm going to draw my directrix here. We're not going to be doing tilted lines for equations, but for the sake of this drawing, I'll go ahead and make the line tilted. So the idea of a parabola is that it's the set of all points which are the same distance away from this focus as they are from the directrix. And when you're measuring a distance from a point to a line, you have to go perpendicular to that line. So one point would be like right here, where the distance on both sides there to the focus and to the directrix is the same distance. That point there is actually called the vertex. And then the parabola is going to extend out sort of like that and like that, in such a way that for any point on this, if you measure back to the focus and you measure straight down here at a right angle to the directrix, that distance and that distance are the same. And it doesn't matter what point you take. If you find another point up here, you measure straight down, a right angle, that distance and that distance are the same distance, okay? And that's what's controlling what points happen to be on the parabola, is like this rule that those distances have to be equal, right? That defines this whole thing geometrically. So you can stick your focus and your directrix anywhere. Like if you have a focus and you put a directrix which is really close to it, then you end up with a nice, really tight, tight little parabola that goes like that. Whereas on the other hand, if you have your focus and your directrix very far apart from one another, then it's kind of like you're zoomed in on this. Wow, you see me? I'm zooming in on this thing, trying to do it like it's a touch screen. And you have a really wide, kind of shallow parabola that opens up like that. Okay, so we are going to stick to parabolas that are either vertical or horizontal. So the directrix, sorry, this is just a dividing line here. The directrix is going to be either a horizontal line or a vertical line. Okay, so let's see. Actually, I think I'm going to stop the video and carry on in the next one.